Spooky story time. A follower that wants to remain anonymous sent me this story, and we're gonna call it That Wasn't Me. For the sake of the story, we're gonna call her Macy. Macy says that since she was a toddler, her family tells her that they would see her standing in the hallway talking to nobody. She says that she would always see shadows and hear things. So weird things have always happened to her. Macy says that when she was about 8 years old, her mom married a man and they had their first son together. So being a big sister, she was so excited. She says she was kind of like a tiny mom and she would always help her mom with her little brother. She says that they lived in a duplex and it was only a 1-bedroom home, but it was very big and they all shared that 1 bedroom. She had a loft bed with a desk underneath and there was a vanity right across from her with a mirror. One night, her baby brother wakes up crying and she opens her eyes and she kind of looks over to make sure that he's being taken care of, which he was. Mama was already up. She turns to her side, happens to look at the mirror in the vanity, and she sees a shadow standing underneath her loft bed, holding a baby and kind of like rocking it like this. No, ma'am. Freaking out, she clears her eyes, looks at the crib, baby brother's in there, so she's like, okay, cool. Looks over at the mirror and the image is gone. Another night, she's literally in the middle of her sleep and she gets the urge to wake up. She opens her eyes, she looks over, and there the shadow is underneath her loft. She looks, she can see it through the mirror, and she says she can just feel that whatever that was, it was looking right at her. She's like, hell nah, turns over, forces herself to go to sleep. Some time passes and now her mom is pregnant with her little sister. Again, they were living in a 1-bedroom home, so they're kind of forced and they have to move somewhere else because there's no way 5 people are going to fit in one room. She gets sent off to bed early. She doesn't go to sleep because the light is on. Her mom's husband is packing stuff, and in one of those runs, she decides to look and she sees like the top of a little girl's head. No one else sees it, so she kind of just tries to ignore it. She turns around and she's like, all right, I'm going to bed. She ends up moving to her grandparents' house because she starts having issues with her mom's husband. And it's her grandparents, her aunt, who's 1 year younger. If you're Mexican, you already know the vibes. And herself. One day, she walks into their house and she sees that her aunt is kind of peeking at her from the kitchen. Macy's like, okay, weirdo, like, why are you looking at me like that? Her aunt tells her, did you just get here? Macy's like, yeah, I'm just walking in. What's going on? Her aunt is like, I saw you get here earlier. I saw you open the gate and everything, and you just never walked in. Macy's like, impossible. I just got here. I'm just now walking through the door. I don't know what to tell you. Her aunt is freaking out because she's like, I know what I saw. Macy's just reassuring her, like, honey, I just got here. They drop it. A completely different day. Macy is at her house with her boyfriend and her siblings, and they are in her bedroom watching a movie. One of her other aunts was in town visiting, and her aunt walks into the bedroom and she says, please tell me that you just walked into the kitchen. Macy is like, no, I've been in here watching a movie the whole time. Her other aunt is like, Macy, no, I saw you. You were walking out of the kitchen. I was calling for you and you were ignoring me, just walking away from me down the hallway. Macy says that she's always been weirded out about stuff like that because people claim to see her and that's clearly not her. So she has no idea who it is, or what it wants. She ended up moving a little bit after that with her boyfriend, who is now her husband. She does have 2 kids. And she says that, again, she's always seen things. She's always heard things. She's obviously seen shadows and she doesn't know why. She says the most recent thing is a little bit after she had her second baby. She ran into this weird lady and she was just looking at her weird and talking to her. And she says that she was gonna. What do you guys think? Personally, I think that Macy might have a gift. She just doesn't know how to like maybe open that third eye. And I feel like if she were to really dedicate and learn how to use that, I think she could really see some stuff. Thank you so much to Macy for sending me this story. If you guys have any other spooky stories that you'd like for me to share, send them via DM or email and I'd love to read them. And I will see you guys in the next spooky story. Bye!